And today we are here to continue to play Phoenix Wright. Last time we were playing, we went to Maya's hometown and she did a little channeling ceremony.
Yeah, and it got all messed up, didn't it?
It got all messed up and now she's accused for murder again. But she doesn't remember doing it, but she's still kind of convinced she did it. So
we gotta figure out how it didn't happen.
yeah, because we know she didn't do it. So let's see.
There ain't no way.
So let's see what happens.
Ain't no way. What? Kat, no. She didn't do it.
Oh.
Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Oh. Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years.
40, huh?
Who knows what sort of dirty, dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. Sucking dicks and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's dick sucking.
Dick sucking, dirty trickin'. Dickin' trickin'. And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. Non-binary.
They could be. We don't know.
It's no good.
Mystic Maya!
Pearly! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way.
I was really worried about you.
Hey, where's your mother? Did you two come together?
Mother's watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks.
Huh. Then you came all by yourself?
Yep. I snuck out of the manor and followed a map.
Oh, so she doesn't know.
Wow.
Don't tell me you walked all the way here.
She is unaccompanied. Of course not. I ran.
Oh my god, I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. This little girl ran 9 hours.
Yeah, for sure. Like through mountains. I'm sure.
Well, it was down the mountain at least.
Yeah.
Pearly, what about the train?
Yeah, dude.
The feeling of the child running full pelt to the city, yeah.
Huh? What's a train?
I give up.
It's time, isn't it?
I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. You don't know that.
Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that?
He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life, Maya, please don't mention his name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back.
Damn.
What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean?
Court will be commencing shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom.
Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick?
Man, what had happened to him?
What had happened?
Oh, here she is. Be ready to be introduced to her. Be ready.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared?
What is with this kid?
Ahem! Mr. Wright, are you prepared?
Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me?
Mr. Phoenix Wright,
Huh?
you must be a little shocked because I am a woman.
Oh
correct?
my god, you're one of those, huh? Oh, so you're shocked because I'm insert minority here. Hold on. So she's the famed successor to
She's
Frost.
wait, are you calling?
So
wait,
actually, she's proven right. He is surprised she's a woman.
Oh, okay.
So fucking weird.
Well, she's also like a baby.
Yeah.
Is there
But
only
I-
one judge in Japan? Yes.
Yeah. Well, and this isn't Japan. This is Japan, LA.
San Francisco.
That's Big Hero 6.
Oh. I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I'm going in and out of trying German accent. I got nervous.
You'll get there. Or you'll do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, you know.
I see.
I gave up a promising career in Germany.
Of Germany.
of Germany, and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge.
Revenge. Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma?
If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can. Oh, wow!
I'm talking.
Skadoush. Katao.
Well, it's an Americanized Japan. It's like, you know, it's a amalgamation.
Yeah, this the law system that's in place in Ace Attorney is not American, nor is it Japanese, but like a combination of the two.
Paradising them both.
Particularly when it comes to the American, or the English translation of it, it feels like it's even more so like they've had to combine things to be Japan and American adjacent.
Yeah.
In my mind, at least. It's very parody.
Yeah. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me.
Okay. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Ew!
Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please.
Those of von Karma blood have only one fate. I like how I decided not to give her dad an accent, but... Oh my god, you broke everything.
Did I? No, it's fine. But she grew up in Germany.
Yeah.
So, and she's little. She's only
She's
17.
baby.
She's only 17.
Yeah.
Can't you tell when looking at her?
Yeah. And that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch.
Very well. What is the defense's position?
Your Honor?
Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes.
Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. What the hell?
What the? I'm not doing anything.
Okay. Pardon. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time.
Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but I want a full full acquittal. I don't know what's happening. Do I need to check the plugs?
Very quickly check.
The defense stands by its plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
I don't know if it is a plea.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. literally
It
don't
sounds
know.
right to me.
I just literally don't know.
Can you Happen stop again. Doing this? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone.
Bow, curtsy, how foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Phoenix Wright. What the hell? I don't know what's happening. I'm not moving even. I'm literally just like this. Just sitting nicely.
Stop it!
Whoa.
Okay. Then I shall now call the first witness. Witness.
She's just as scary as her father. Like daughter, I suppose. That's frustrating. Why is that happening?
I don't know. I don't know. Stop doing this. Stop doing this to me. Stop doing this to me. Oh, look who's here. Witness your name and occupation. I'm going into like French a little bit.
Oh, well, she's just learned. Yes, sure. My name's My name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Yeah!
Get to the point already.
You said to introduce
Explain to the court the details of this murder.
Yes, sure. If everyone will please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room.
What were they doing in there?
They were channeling a spirit, sure.
Channeling a spirit?
That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sure. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room.
Ah, and that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over. So, how was the victim killed?
I was about to get to that.
Stop wasting my time, Zen. Zen.
The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sure. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest.
You think they should wed? Kat, Francisca's 17!
She's 17 and he's like 35.
You
want to talk about that a little bit more?
I'm 31.
Putting a microphone in front of your mouth?
Oh, she's 18. Excuse me.
Okay, fine.
Became a prosecutor in Germany at age 13. A prodigy who has never known defeat. Well, maybe we should knock her down a peg.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, right? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing.
So the victim was stabbed before being shot.
This is the victim's autopsy report, sir.
After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot point blank in the forehead.
The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
Okay.
Oh, here, I'll grab that photo.
The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victims. The victim? Now, why would he have...
Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you are not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
Fingerprints? There were fingerprints?
Along with the victims, the defendant Maya Faye was also...
Okay, you gotta take it.
Also on a grip, sure.
So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon.
Ugh, I
have to
walked
stop
right
saying
into her hands there. The shot was fired from point blank range. Point blank, huh? So, about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point blank?
Tisk tisk tisk, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country.
Excuse me?
Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn.
Gunpowder burn.
When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left in the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess.
LOL, okay.
Live and learn. LOL. But before the victim was shot, sure, he was stabbed in the chest. Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife.
I see. And whose knife was it?
It looks like it belonged to Faye, sure. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it.
All over it,
This does not look good.
Ha ha ha. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi! We love you back! Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal.
A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which came first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What a pain.
That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered.
I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today.
Very well. The court accepts them into evidence.
Pistol. Knife.
Well, you have a great rest of your workday, Nihilisa. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m.
10 days after our anniversary.
Wow. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time.
And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, This does seem like an open and shut case.
Naturally.
This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme.
Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true, Mr. Wright.
Yes.
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance.
This is a huge decision. I'd better think this through all the way.
Okay!
No.
We lose!
I'll do it. I won't. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined and she'd be labeled as a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor,
Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
the defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of a complete acquittal.
Murders him? You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective!
Yes, sir?
Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike.
Yes, sir.
Now see here, proceedings are run by... Oh, eek! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence.
Sorry, pal, but there's even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
So this is the costume.
So then, I mean, if that's the case, we definitely would have lost the self-defense attempt if we had done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was like, no, there was no fighting back.
Yeah, like
So it was like total trap.
for sure.
There certainly is evidence of backspray of blood on
A backspray of blood from like a gusher.
Yeah, it's a gusher. That's what he basically was saying.
He was like, whoa, that was a gusher.
This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir.
I see. The court accepts this into evidence.
There's blood on it.
All right, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse?
Ha! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to soak off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing.
Okay, so, I don't think that's hers.
Sure. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier?
I don't know, I got scared.
You're kind of scary today, you know, pal?
Come now, Mr. Wright. There is no need for that kind of attitude in my court.
He did slam his palms down on the desk really loudly.
Phoenix glares at him.
Yeah. All right, please stop glaring at me like that.
Hold it.
Maya's costume. Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else?
Not related, but it's something he's got to think about.
Yeah. This blood on the costume.
It's blood, all right.
Lab results show that it was the victim's blood.
Okay.
So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
It makes sense, since the victim is the victim
Yeah.
of the thing that happened. Definitely not good. We hate murder here.
We hate murder here.
So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Is it gleam or is it gleam? Gleam?
Define gleam. Shine bright like a diamond. A faint, brief light. One reflected.
Look up gleam.
I'm gonna look up gleam. You're right.
They're wrong!
You're right and they're wrong. Glean is to extract information from various sources or collect gradually, bit by bit. So...
Which is what he meant to say. Gleam is definitely referring to light and sparkle.
You come in with the Danganronpa. No, you're wrong!
That's wrong! No, that's wrong!
Yeah.
And then I put a dictionary in Phoenix Wright's face. Well...
Actually, it's glean.
I don't know if I couldn't gleam anything, but I could glean some things.
It must be a good change of the topic. Then the good detective.
You want to try that again?
If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on.
Yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct.
Grr.
Now even the judge is on our side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do?
Chew. Take one more bite, big boy.
Bite it, you big growing boy. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up the resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. Could it be that tiny hole in the sleeve? There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder!
Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect.
There's no way for you to poke a hole in it.
Poke a hole in it?
Do you think that was a hint?
Yes, absolutely. It looks like my time is up. So about the costume, there is one little thing. It's a tiny hole, Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What?
What are you talking about, pal? Yeah, she's ready. She's loading it up. She's ready to whip you.
Where is this problem you are talking about?
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Pokes a finger through the hole. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
Whoop. The sleeve?
Yeah. Waves my little fingy.
There is a tiny hole here, and you're waving your finger through it like a worm.
A hole? But that wasn't in the report.
Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder.
Gunpowder? No one ever told me!
A hole that smells of gunpowder.
It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that this must be a bullet hole.
A bullet hole.
Order! 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 This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else.
It has a hole in it.
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sure. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding?
Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a zing. Zing?
Zinger.
The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more.
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way!
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, sure. Okay. Well, without a doubt, but she got a That doesn't make any sense. Detective Get Dick Gumshoe! Yes!
Man, called him Dick.
Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
You police.
You police. What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Ah, you're right.
It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
But it would make it a self-defense case and not a full acquittal.
Yes.
All right, wind seems to be shifting.
Making a cocky bastard face. Ha!
What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh?
Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Miss Von Karma.
It seems that Maya Fey was shot by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected self-defense. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
Yuck. Now that you...
Why, that's right.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
No!
Well, yes, that's true.
Tink tink. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Huh? How so?
Ah! Don't just stand there! Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together a scenario all by myself? Ah! Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
What transpired?
You're telling me a pie
A trans?
a pie got transered? I don't know. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it isn't normal. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it.
This scenario you have put together does make sense.
Yeah, sure.
Smiles. Sits cutely.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Oh, the surface. On the surface. Oh, the
He's
surface.
on the surface, he's nervous.
On the surface, it's nervous. Knees weak, arms heavy. But I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Freaking me out. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
What transed?
There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant would have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? Then channeling with the Kurain channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor.
I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Kurain channeling technique.
Locked and loaded. Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
He doesn't get it. This guy doesn't know anything.
So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him.
Kind of messed up.
But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? How badly hurt? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Ah! He gave blood. That's so good of him.
Sweet.
Good of him.
Good job, Gumshoe.
Sorry.
Why'd she whip him?
Because he was token too much.
Oh. Token too much.
Don't make fun of my speech impediment. There is quite a difference. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Pardon me.
Watch her make that damn face again.
Of course, the victim used a lot of his strength to fight back, sure. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the...
We already did this one, too.
Oh my fucking god.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder.
Moida.
Moida. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? Victim took a shot, but Gray missed. Because they were too close, he missed.
What?
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Press. I like how Gumshoe kind of like pulled this entire testimony that he's giving out of nowhere.
And he's like,
because he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe this happened.
Yeah. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. 2 of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt.
This is from before. This is the last one you just did.
Huh?
The statement you're on?
Yeah, I know. I went back to it because it's the one that feels suspicious to me.
Okay. When you're so close that you hit someone's sleeve instead of like their chest.
Yeah, like that's the thing about it that I'm like, what do you mean? How would you miss and hit the bottom of the sleeve on a big loopy sleeve?
Like your hand just drops
just
from like
if you're up in close proximity, it just doesn't make any sense.
Or she like moves her arm over her head and then like it goes
away.
I
don't know if they'll. I mean, we'll see. Music stopped.
Music stop.
Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Eh? What do you mean? Zoom in on that.
I wish.
Hole. This little hole actually has created a huge hole in your testimony.
Okay, you don't need to talk about that in court, Phoenix.
Big hole. Big hole.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the 2 of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume?
Hey!
Gunpowder burn?
Now who doesn't know?
If you can see, this robe is made completely of polyester, and it should have totally been melted around the edges from the gunpowder burn.
Oh my god, yeah, him doing a Legally Blonde.
Yeah, totally Legally Blonde. This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. How? But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume.
That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
Oh, means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that? Anyone can explain anything away.
Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed away the defendant. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How is that?
As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that.
Well, then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have...
She put some space between herself and the person.
And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think.
Doesn't make
Something
sense.
doesn't make sense.
Something doesn't make
There is a
sense.
fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal.
Flaw? Oh! Very interesting. I would love to see where this fatal flaw, where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow, and when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking.
Well, it doesn't make sense, first of all. I mean, like, she's covered in blood.
Yeah, right?
2 shots were fired.
Hole.
8 inches off the ground. Another hole. Hole for hole.
Hole.
Hole. Gunpowder residue around the bullet. Well,
1 bullet? 1? 2?
2 shots fired.
Where's
One-
the second shot?
In his head. Oh, wait. One is in his head. The other one is somewhere else. It's through there.
This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
What is that? A folding screen?
I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen.
Ah!
It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Where? What?
Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clearly? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Order! Order! This changes everything.
Please look at the diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here. The bullet hit the folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. I get to say he was in the thing. I think right there, right? Like, or here. Here? Somewhere around here.
Like, she'd have to be, like, right in front of the screen for that to work. So, like...
Right here.
Yeah, like...
She was standing here, near the folding screen.
Wait a second! We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Over by the Victrola. Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
That's impossible.
But why?
You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. I was listening when you taught me about them, and I keep them with me always.
I will never stop thinking about gunpowder burns.
However, there is nothing of the sort of the bullet hole in this costume!
Ah! Oh, hi, Leo.
Hey.
We will not let Maya go to prison. Thanks for checking in. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright! You!
I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
Even with that explanation, it feels like nothing has changed. But I can't give up just yet. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense.
Yeah, I think there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. I did it for you!
Oof.
Oof. Oof, duck.
Big oof.
Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster.
Smiling again. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
She said like I was an idiot.
To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now, I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
Ugh, of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile?
Detective! How dare you damage my perfect logic?
Huh? How is it all my fault?
You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later.
Punishment?
Well then?
Yeah?
Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness. That's gotta be Lotta.
Gotta be Lotta.
Gotta be Lotta.
Very well, the court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
Oh!
Wow.
Well, what do you think? Should we take a 5-minute recess as well?
Take a 5-minute recess as well. I could use a 5-minute recess, to be honest.
I could either use a
warm.
5-minute recess or finish this next time. It's my two options.
You've been having really long days.
I've been having super long days.
So it might be nice, but I'm also like.
I know that we are so close. We are looking at a little kind of a walkthrough, but we're like only skimming it to get an idea of how much time we have left. Looks like it's 2 testimonies for Lotta.
So that shouldn't be too long, and I'd like to make sure that we're like keeping pace with this.
Yeah, me too.
So maybe we take a little $5 and then we'll.
I think
come
a
right
$5
back.
sounds good. So we'll be back at 7:20. How about that?
Okay.
It's like a little longer than 5, but I think it'll be good.
All right, we'll see you in a moment, everybody.
Yeah,
here.
7:20, guys, or your timeline equivalent / if you're YouTube, almost no time at all. Who? That was a close one.
Ha 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 ha.
It looked fine to you?
Okay,
I'm
great.
glad to hear that.
That's awesome.
I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself.
Oh, yeah, another huge thing that I realized only, like, I think I only realized it fairly recently, at least, though, is, like, the death penalty is basically what would happen to any of Phoenix's clients.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that context isn't talked about a lot. So basically, like, how you could also spin what he just did for Maya is, like, instead of her living and being a murderer, she could die because she was accused for murder.
It's either the options are she dies because she killed someone, she lives but she gets known as a murderer all the time, always, forever, or she lives and is fully acquitted and gets to be, everything gets to be chill.
And Phoenix is like, we're gonna get the best one, and everyone's like, maybe living would be enough.
Maybe living would be okay, and he's like, no, but she's innocent and she would never do that.
She would never do that.
And Maya's like, I don't know, maybe I would do that.
I don't know, I think I actually did it. Yeah.
I read that.
All right. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tweaked everyone into believing you.
You tweaked them all. Thanks. Wait. Tweaked? Tricked?
That must mean the lawyer's secret. That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right?
By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lana Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me! If you lose, me and my sis' ghosts will come after you and haunt you!
Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Maya? Mia?
I'm Maya. Yeah. Do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Suspiciously nervous.
Yeah, like maybe her whole worldview just changed, huh? 1 second, I need to look at our cats that are throwing each other around.
Are they killing each other right now?
Not right now.
But they might be.
I heard like a hiss and a big thump, and I was like,
Rue's getting bigger.
Yeah.
And I really feel how, like, it's like every day she's still growing. She's still growing, and I see her growing.
Yeah.
She's becoming less kitten. But I think Jem is knowing that, and he therefore is like, the training wheels are fucking off now.
And she's after him too.
Yeah, no, and she's like, good.
Yeah. Like,
she's like, I want him off. I want to kill you. And they're like after each other.
It's a classic sibling bloodbath
around
here.
It is a bloodbath, but it's like we're having to mediate a lot of fights.
Yeah, kind of be like, okay, this is normal fighting behavior, and like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we let them roughhouse a little bit, you know. I like roughhousing too. Sometimes it's fun, but after a certain point, you have to be like, okay, now we're gonna hurt people.
Yeah, no hissing, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Court will now reconvene for the first order of...
ow! I don't want to hear it, old man.
Whoa.
After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed this channeling.
Damn. Well, he's the judge, girl.
Witness?
Like a good little boy. Damn.
Your name and occupation, if you please.
Hi, Phoenix. How you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know?
Name and occupation?
I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here's violence against my fair self.
That's fine.
That's fine, it ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah!
There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
No. Let's all be one big happy family. Okay?
Oh, conflict of interest.
No.
We're not a family. We're a bunch of people trying to get to the truth.
Is it truth?
Is it truth? Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear these gunshots. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room.
I love that Phoenix broke that door down.
He's so strong.
He's so strong and
It's a
handsome.
mess. That lyric is that he is so tall.
I know, but
he is so strong.
I didn't lie though.
You didn't lie. He's a strong boy.
Handsome as
Hell. Inside was the dead big damn. It was the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
Okay.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Wrecking cars? Excuse me? Wrecking cars? Short for you reckon? Of course I did.
Makes sense. Does it look like I care? Just pick up and show your picture to the court.
Hurry up. It's fine. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. Gross.
It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Well, you're only looking at it from that angle. We were there.
You were right behind him. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Are you ready? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me.
Witness account.
You can play witness cross-examine if you want to.
Yeah, but I like you.
You like me doing it?
I like you doing it.
Okay.
Hee
You like your 5 bedtime stories, special song,
My 3 hugs.
your 3 hugs. Was it really only those 2 that went in?
What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that question yourself? Was it really just the 2 of them?
Yes. Dr. Gray and Maya were the only 2 that went in the room.
Hold on. We can't just have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, only the 2 of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear?
But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue.
We were waiting outside the door and then bang!
Hey, bang!
Was it really a gunshot?
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Yeah, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot.
And why are we here listening to the defense testify?
And the world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know, and I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now, this is where the story heats up.
Nope.
Laura broke the door down and we rushed into the room. So let me get this straight.
Oh my god.
This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down.
Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happens then?
Yes, Miss Von Kalma, I broke the door down. I'm sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
It is funny that Phoenix is like, and so you're saying this happened? And they're like, you were there. You were there.
Francisca's like,
Weren't you
isn't
there?
that what happened?
You were there.
Tell me what happened then. And he's like, that is what happened.
So she is kind of slaying this.
She is slaying, and it's kind of like, this is like a moment that I think is like, because there are people that ship Phoenix and Francisca. I mean, for any two characters in Ace Attorney, there's a ship.
In most fandoms, it feels like.
Well, but I think this one is a special case. I feel like a lot of the characters have like interactions that make it like, oh, okay, yeah. Like there are a lot of shows where I'm like, I feel like every fandom is different, you know? And there are some places, there are some fandoms out there, like I would say Kingdom Hearts is a good example of like ships exist in the Kingdom Hearts world that there is no basis for.
Yes. Absolutely.
Like there's nothing to work on there. There's a lot of ships in Kingdom Hearts that there's a lot to work with. There's a lot of those too, and there's some between.
I still think that's every fandom. I think every fandom has like characters that have never interacted at all that people are like, what if they kissed? Or there's no proof for.
All right, all that to say is that this is definitely a moment that makes me go like, okay, well, I kind of see what people are saying about Phoenix and Francisca, even though it's not something I ship a lot.
I see. Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyway. No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see.
The judge is smiling really openly. I'll take that as a good
He's
sign.
like, oh, you knocked on that door? Wow. That's fucking awesome.
You're a real man, huh?
And what did you do once you broke in?
Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, under those two, there was no one else in the room. Her story adds up. What's worse, I was there at the scene of crime with her. And her story is exactly how I would have told it, too. So that means that both Lotta and Phoenix lack the same information. That's all we know. Really.
Okay.
So we need to figure out what the evidence says that contradicts even what we saw.
Well...
did I cross...
You didn't do the last two statements,
I didn't? Okay. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure! Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Lotta, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room?
A dead body. I'm horrified. I'm gonna throw up.
I was murdered.
Holy shit!
Lotta, at a time like this, times like these are perfect for snapping shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at the time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya or not. Am I correct? Well, yeah, you see.
Oh, I couldn't even tell if it was Maya or not.
Francisca's already established to the court that when you channel, you change shape. And Phoenix is like playing dumb here in so many places. Yeah. Where he does not need to be playing dumb.
Well,
Sorry. Good. This shifts things back to my side.
What'd the judge say?
I don't know. He was like, oh, this shifts things. I thought that you already said that.
No, I didn't.
It's the judge. He didn't say anything that important.
All right. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered,
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Exactly.
Rats! And I'm trapped like one. Again! Okay.
I swear.
Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch. Does she mean Morgan Fay? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. Channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about...
Behind the folding screen, because we know that something was going on behind the folding screen.
What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Rick Given! Huh? What in the... Rick Given, you know, you reckon that's a given? It took me a good look around the room. I took the room where there was. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out around that phone screen. It just turns into like that one character in King of the Hill.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as Given. Ah!
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you?
Just as I thought. There's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth.
Enough. Stop it.
Stop it!
It seems there is no issue with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
Maya and Francisca is another ship.
That's a good ship.
I really like that one.
That's a very good ship.
Yeah.
Same age.
Same age.
The judge...
Let Maya go to prison a little bit as a lesson. A lesson from what?
Well, we've already established she would not be going to prison. She would get the death sentence.
Yeah, literally.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have been the defendant.
What am I gonna do if I just let this go?
What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say.
If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me.
Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo?
Literally no.
No?
I don't think so.
Fuck me, dude. This is... Yeah, I can't think of anything.
I don't...
Because that is
Well, you
Maya.
can look.
That's... I mean...
It is Maya. Like, no matter what, it is Maya. Like, no.
It might not
Maybe.
be. It might not be. But I don't know. I don't know. We don't have anything. I can't present anything. I literally have nothing.
Well, Mr. Wright.
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
No. Don't praise me when I'm losing. Makes me feel weird.
You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey.
I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
That's enough.
Is this it? Is this all I could do?
I think it is quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you, totally 100% impossible.
Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt further, questioning won't be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense.
Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
Mia. Wow.
Alarm bells.
I
guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say?
But pearls?
Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go.
Let's fucking go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage.
The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday?
Dr. Gray! I was murdered. What? Lotta, at a time like this, times like these are perfect for snapping shots. Times these are perfect shots.
You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle.
Mia?
Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period.
Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled period. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright.
God, you never... you ever meet people that do that?
Yeah.
That are like... And so I said to them, name, comma. Like, they emphasize to you when the commas in their own sentences are.
I do that sometimes.
You don't do it.
For funny.
You don't do it the way other people have done it to me. There have been other people who do it to me as if they're making sure I know where a comma goes. Or maybe that's just the way I perceive it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
maybe. I don't know. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm also like,
it's like
I do it like that?
It's like a thing that I noticed. I mean, when I was in my early 20s, I noticed a lot of like older people doing that around me. So maybe that's why I perceived it as like, why are you trying to give me an English lesson? You old. You know? Old. Also, sometimes I was like, I don't know if that comma goes there.
When people do it and it's not where the comma should go, it is like infuriating.
You're like, comma.
You're like, you're trying to be smart at me and you don't even know what you're saying?
But then you kind of gaslight yourself and you're like, am I the dummy?
Yeah, and then you're like, well, they were really smart because they did say comma
and they were old.
And they were old!
Anyway.
I'm afraid your two rated already ended. Furthermore, ouchie! It's fine. I'll allow another testimony.
Oh, hubris.
Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have some place that I must go after. Owie! All right, I'll allow it.
Owie! Hachi-machi!
Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony.
Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about?
Anything.
Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it.
See, you got through to the judge somehow, right?
Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. As always, I'm just a mediocre guy leaning on the women around me.
True. Phoenix is like, oh man, please? And Judge is like, no.
No. And then Von Karma was like,
Let
do
him.
it, or I will whip you.
Yeah.
And then she did whip him anyway, and he was like, okay.
All right. Witness's account, part 2?
Purdue? When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
I love that she's bad with that stuff.
And she's a paranormal photographer. It's so funny.
Nothing sounds different from before.
But she doesn't believe in it. Like, you know what I mean?
No, she
Like,
doesn't.
she's a grifter. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm with peace and love. I love her, but she is like so like, oh well, I just want to like, I don't know, whatever. What's gonna make me some money?
Photography is my passion. How
Yeah.
do I make money?
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it?
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections.
Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. When we So,
So, what did she look like? Did you think she was pretty? You know, she looked almost like a different person.
a different person. She may have seemed like a different person. However, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? I like how Von Karma has to be like, it was Maya, she was channeling.
Yeah. This is how channeling works.
Of course she looked
We need
different.
to accept that.
Yeah.
And Phoenix is like, I don't know. While Pearl literally
Is channeling.
looks like a 30-year-old woman with big boobies right now.
Right next to you.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't know anything about that.
Huh? That's just a woman.
No, that's a 9-year-old.
Oh. That's what...
Maybe you don't know how 9-year-olds are made these days. That's how they look. Feel old yet?
Judge self-reporting himself. Saying that's what 9-year-olds look like.
The judge?
Yeah.
What? No, I was saying...
Oh, is Phoenix like that's what the 9-year-olds
Yeah, you just
look
like
like?
gaslighting
okay.
the judge is what I
Oh,
was
okay.
saying.
Okay.
That
Okay.
Phoenix is gaslighting. He's like, I don't know anything about that.
That's a 9-year-old.
That's
I
a
don't know.
9-year-old. I don't know what else to tell you. That's what a 9-year-old looks like. And then Mia's like, yeah, I'm a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm 9.
Cause. Okay.
Hugging the robe over her body. I'm 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying they're gaslighting because they have to win the case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Anyway, then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Well, I reckon that's possible.
If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ow!
Foolish fools spouting foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is, in fact, dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it?
Sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? Jeez.
Jeez. Sheesh.
Bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and
He's
stuff.
good.
And even knowing that, you still
Yeah.
persist in being a paranormal
Yeah.
photographer? Well, that's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Ah!
Wow. Mr. Phoenix Wright! Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change?
Well, would it, Mr. Wright?
Nice tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. Oh. Imagine a laugh track.
Ha 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 ha.
2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Well, I was fucking there. Miss Hart, where's the other picture you've been withholding?
Oh, there's another picture she's been withholding.
No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself.
Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma?
Wow.
Withholding.
Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence.
No. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. Ooh.
Ooh.
Does this matter? Do you think it matters? Probably not.
Do you,
I feel
mean,
like it's like
do
part
you
of
want
me.
the higher ground? Like, I
It's
feel
like, this is so funny of Phoenix to be like, oh, I am
I
gonna
could-
feel real good about this, and it's like Phoenix is not. He's not that much better at his job to be impressing any kind of superiority on anyone.
Yeah.
Like, he's never lost a case, but he also bullshits his way every time.
Yeah.
Like, but it's kind of funny. I would leave it to the judge, but I think Phoenix would go for it.
That's funny.
Your Honor, the defense says the prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court
Contempt of court!
and expelled.
Well, yes. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious.
But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair.
Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child?
I was so angry I lost my composure.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court?
I thought this picture was important.
Not.
It was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. That's all.
How do you think?
The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence.
More trouble than that it's worth. More trouble than it's worth. That's wrong.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That is also grammatically incorrect. That's
Yeah.
okay. How can you say that? It's so grammatically incorrect.
German is her first language.
That's
English
true.
is her second
that's
language.
That's true.
If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Fine. Here. Fine. Fine. Whatever.
Whoa.
It's completely no. Whoa.
Why you holding out on this one, Franny?
Franny.
Oh, what the? What is this? What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
What the fuck?
I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey.
This part pisses me off a little because it feels like we're having to re-explain the same situation over and over. It's like, yes, she doesn't look like herself because of the channeling.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Yes. This is like,
Come on now,
okay,
there's,
no,
like,
but
not only is like that true of this case, but there is actually like a courtroom precedent for this.
yeah,
Like DL6 was a thing which
Yeah.
involved that. It's like
yeah.
ugh, so annoying.
What is the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for.
But
Because
Phoenix
I
is
get
like,
to act like I'm a big dummy and I don't know.
yeah, who is that?
You're so good. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? I mean, I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to lie. I mean, I'm gonna drop the issue because I don't want to lie. It's no good. We've been through this so
Okay.
many times.
Okay.
This is not like you, Mr. Wright. Why are you not objecting?
Because that would be stupid, and then Francisca would think I was a big dummy, dumb, because it would be dumb. And
Yeah.
I don't want that.
The person in this photo is clearly not the defendant, and yet.
Ha ha ha. There's no way he can raise an objection and hope to live.
Hope to live. I will die.
Explain yourself!
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture.
Whoa.
Whoa. This was taken yesterday at the detention center. Visitor
Wait,
room.
so like from my lap? Like
Who took this
from
picture?
behind my ass?
Like,
Who took this picture?
this is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant Maya Fey during his visit.
Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person?
She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
Pearl over there with her
Bonk.
big wow.
It's unbelievable that she can.
Yet,
Look at the 9-year-old across the way.
when Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling.
Damn.
Miss Von Karma, a word if I may.
Whoa!
What?
Mia?
Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal.
Okay. I was like, this picture is from a very
This is
uncomfortable
weird.
angle.
Yeah. Surely you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence.
Except we've already seen it now.
Obviously, I know this picture is illegal.
Oop. She was caught. She was like, I know. Actually, I already knew that thing.
But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place.
This is just my creepy stalker vibe thing. It's my
I
scrapbook.
just wanted to show you that I know
Was she-
everything. From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind.
Oh no. He's thinking about the badonkaroos.
He thinking, what the? Oh!
I don't even have a single witty line.
He's seen Maya like that. It looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant? Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? I can prove it! I know! I know it! This picture has revealed everything!
Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture? Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
No hole!
Exactly, Oliver! Exactly right!
A contradiction?
So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then, earn your keep.
I'll tell you what, why don't I point out what is so weird about this picture?
Circled her boobs for a second.
What have I done? Is that... Where's the hole? Where's the hole? Please direct your attention here.
No. To the sleeve. But there isn't anything odd about it.
And isn't that
Odd.
odd? And that is exactly what is so odd, Ben! Something that should be there is suddenly missing.
Should be there.
I hope
Should
that
be there.
information starts loading. Yeah, that's right. There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Oh, it should be in the picture as well. Miss Von Karma! You intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Alright, this should do some major damage to our argument.
Don't celebrate yet.
You like to bring down the mood, don't you?
Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face.
Ah, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again.
She's smiling again.
Smiling, the smiler.
Tisk tisk. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
If those fools at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known this picture was any value to this case.
Oh, you couldn't have known it. Now she's just like being like, it's not my fault, it was someone else's fault
It's
because
not
they
my
didn't
fault.
tell me.
It's not my fault they didn't tell me. I didn't look at it. This
I
is
can't
stupid.
see, I'm blind.
I see.
She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. And if she didn't know, then she's not doing her job very well.
Yeah. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, I need not worry.
You need to.
You need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. Kill. I'm sure there'll be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion.
Oh, poor Gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright?
Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. Shoot her someone else. Picture's real.
Picture's real.
The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether.
Which would prove us right. What? Yeah.
Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ouchie!
Wame!
The defense's argument is a complete mess.
Oh, she ain't never been wrong before. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please, enlighten us.
Hey, witness!
Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor?
Be quiet, you! You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room!
Well, yeah.
If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see!
Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary. Why don't you say you? I swear I wasn't lying or or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest.
You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Well, if the person in this picture is not
funny.
the defendant,
Same, dude.
why is it all I want to do cry?
A deeper look into his psyche.
Then this poses two very big questions.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that Tumblr post that I saw a long time ago where someone was like, I don't think I could be a lawyer. I feel like I would just, like, want to cry all the time. Or how do lawyers get through their job without crying? And then I think someone, quote, reblogged it. Or they reblogged it and responded, I'm a lawyer, and believe me, it gets close.
Oh man.
So hard.
Damn.
First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright.
I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now?
To turn things around.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit.
That's right.
Turn around. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective.
Phoenix?
So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at the situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true...
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling table was, that a third person had entered it. Right? Uh-oh. Is that wrong? I would like to present some evidence, proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Is that wrong? Should I not have said that?
I don't know. I mean, like, the only thing I can think of... we know that the key was with Pearl. It wasn't with,
Then maybe then...
someone else.
Please take a good look at this. Okay.
I've already seen it.
Thank you.
And what is the purpose of this item?
Don't you see, Your Honor?
I don't think you actually see what you are doing.
I think it is the court that should be sighing at you, Mr. Wright.
Ouch. That stung. Think it over again. I think the way I'm going about this is all wrong. I have to start over and try to think about things in a different manner. What if before we broke in, a third person was already in a room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove one of those conditions are true. Okay.
So if
we
Maya
can
had...
prove that Maya left the room
How do we prove that Maya had left
with
the
the key. Because she had the key.
She had the key?
Maya had the key because Morgan gave it to her.
Okay.
Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this.
Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary.
Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room.
Key.
Well, yeah, key.
The key.
Take that! You chuck it at his forehead.
Ms. Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I seen it. Hi, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that.
The defendant herself locked the door?
Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. The key's the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yes. It looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of the arrest. Oh, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl.
This 9-year-old right next to me.
Yeah, a little 9-year-old girl standing next to me. And that little girl was nowhere and that little girl...
What?
That little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time.
That little girl was me.
Was me. That little girl was me.
That's preposterous.
This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you.
No.
She started laughing, thinking about that little girl.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma.
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case, and I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. Would you like to continue? If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby.
Take it outside.
Take it outside.
Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m.
That is all. Court is adjourned. Peace.
Peace.
Now it's lunchtime. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Yes. I felt I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you.
I envy the two of you.
Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure.
All right, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A ticket?
Poor thing, so sheltered. All right.
Wow. I guess next time we will be investigating the crime scene again. Who is hyped
I'm
to
hyped.
investigate a crime scene again?
I'm ready!
Wahoo! Next Monday on The Hopes. The Hopes.
The hopes.
Did you... Oh, shit. Why did I just do that?
What'd you do?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll do that. And before that, we'll see you on the day that we stream next, which is Wednesday. And we'll be playing more Pokemon and finally advancing more in the plot. It's really exciting. It got to an exciting point.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see what happens next with that in our team.
Yes.
So we'll see you then, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye.
Bye!
Love you.